So, the BMC built an 8-lane expressway taking you from Worli to Marine Drive in 10 minutes. So, while you just avoided dying on today's local train, sober folks get to save 20 whole minutes on the way to the airport. The Mumbai Coastal Road can be best described as the BMC taking a giant shit on the west coast of Mumbai. We complained about the Mumbai sea smelling like shit all the time, so the BMC went ahead and made it look the part too. It doesn't come as a surprise to anyone that Mumbai has been facing a transportation crisis for the past many decades. It is impossible to walk anywhere because of the pathetic conditions of the footpaths. The local trains are so jam packed that super dense crush load is a term used to describe them. The best buses have been reduced drastically, creating long queues and delays while also increasing ticket prices at the same time, crippling the services. The metro is largely inaccessible to many, either due to its pricing structure or the pathetic last mile connectivity. Rickshaws refuse to ply routes because of the traffic congestion. With a struggling network of public transport and basic pedestrian infrastructure, the question is, was the Mumbai Coastal Road on our priority list? The reality is more than 80% of Mumbai travels by public transport and also walks. A mere 10% of Mumbai can even afford to own a car. And calculations put the cost of driving a car from the western suburbs like Borivali down to South Bombay and parking it for an 8-hour workday is about 800 rupees per day, whereas a Borivali to Churchgate local costs 15 rupees. So, according to the World Bank, your monthly salary should be 2 lakh rupees just to drive in Mumbai. If that is the case, why is the Coastal Road, the MTHL, and other such vehicle-oriented infrastructure projects touted as public when it is inaccessible to 90% of the city? We have built a meager 60 kilometers of metro in 20 years. Railway projects such as the Harbour Line Fast Corridor have been cancelled and the MTHL was built without the proposed metro or railway linkage. So why is public transport being dismantled in the city where it is needed more than ever? When you have a problem in life, you go ahead and maybe look for a solution, try something out. Well, Mumbai operates somewhat differently. When Mumbai has an ever increasing list of problems, it stops and plans to build a Ferris wheel instead. So, going back to the timeline of how the Mumbai Coastal Road came to be, the story goes that this guy, on one fine 2011 morning, asked the MSRDC to build the coastal road. Government of Maharashtra quickly appointed a joint technical committee or the JTC to study the plan of building this coastal road. So in 2012, the Joint Technical Committee, which comprised of some pretty big shot high roller type of guys, cooked for 10 whole meetings. The point of the JTC? Established the need for the coastal road, basically to justify the expenditure. The committee referred to 5 studies. 3 of them are unavailable in the public domain, one I found in a dark corner of the internet, and one of the study apparently exists in the future? What? The JTC refers the 2009 Comprehensive Transport Study by a foreign consultant. Let's see what the Transform report actually has to say about things. So, the Transform report is a comprehensive transportation study for Mumbai metropolitan region. Get it? Transform. So, before getting into Transform, a short course on urban planning and transportation. So, there is a misconception that more lanes equals good, right? More lanes, less traffic. Seems pretty straightforward. A road is congested because people want to travel down it, so you add more lanes to increase throughput, add flyovers to reduce intersection traffic and call it a day. Well, surprisingly, that is not the case at all. You must have noticed in any city where you live, whenever a new flyover or a road is added, the traffic at first seems to improve, but a little ways down the road there seems to be a new place where the traffic suddenly jams, or the entire situation worsens in a few months. Well, you have just witnessed what is called induced demand, where more roads invite more people to drive and hence the improved capacity is rendered insufficient again. So years and years of research has basically proved that it is impossible to build cities only for cars. The Western and most of the Eastern world also has long understood this problem, except America, and found throughout the years that a mix of public transportation, walking, and cycling infrastructure is the most efficient mode of moving people in the city. This also has the added benefit of quieter cities, cleaner air, and healthier citizens. And this surprisingly also decongests the roads for people who actually need it, like emergency services, fire brigades, and maybe even the handicapped. Europe identified this problem in the 60s and 70s. Look at how Paris or London look like any noisy, honking, car infested bylane of Mumbai, and it turned it around into this. Well, don't take my word for it. Here are some international journals, YouTubers, and research papers that pretty much still agree with these facts. If you're a Mumbaiker, there are countless examples to this. The JVLR went from 2 lanes to 8 lanes with flyovers and crossings, and now it is a shit show circus. Coming back to the Transform report referred to by the JTC, the report sets out to create a grand vision for Mumbai's short, medium, and long term. It not only includes a transportation plan but also institutional and financial recommendations of how to go about fixing Mumbai. It is honestly a very impressive document that, with the help of World Bank, sets out with facts, data, mathematical models, and comparative analysis to set out a complete vision for the Mumbai region's transportation needs. So, after 500 pages or so of straight facts, we come to the conclusion that states the sustained dependence on public transport over long term, coupled with poor worldwide experience of managing travel demand through private transport alone, clearly points towards a transit first approach. This approach emerges as a key strategy and forms the cornerstone of Transform. The next few points in the order of hierarchy go like: number 1, encourage mass transit. Number 2, improve suburban local trains. Number 3, improve walking. Number 4, add rapid bus transport, light rail, monorail. And number 5 comes as a freeway system for intercity and sub-regional traffic. So, the creators of Transform understood and stated the issues with road-dependent transportation systems and therefore recommended a transit-first approach. Transit relates to anything like local trains, metros, monorails, buses, which are public in nature. So, completely ignoring the rest of the report and its 1,000 recommendations, the JTC and the state government cherry-picked a recommendation meant for the horizon year 2031. The state chose the coastal road as a viable project of utmost importance and proceeded with it. To be very blunt, the JTC finally puts out 2 main reasons for building the coastal road. They state that Mumbai has lots of vehicles, leading to lots of traffic congestion, leading to lots of air pollution. So, to reduce this transport related pollution, we should build more roads. Among the second reason, the committee mentions London. They say that even with a highly efficient public transport infrastructure, public transport accounts only for 20% of the travel tips, and therefore the committee concludes that Mumbai is already doing way better and therefore we should build more roads. Bhai, London dekha hai. It is a flat radial city. They have 400 kilometers of underground metro, 8,700 buses, at the same time 1/3 of our population, and a municipality that doesn't get cucked by 20 different government agencies at the same time. The report and the committee start out with the solution as the coastal road and then jump around justifying how this will definitely improve Mumbaikars' lives. Its existence depends upon the justification of the coastal road, and the mental gymnastics are hilarious to read. The rest of the report talks about whether to build it on stilts or reclaim land for it. It is like making a choice between pumps and stilettos. After the CTS report, MMRD and the government had basically all the reasons they needed to go ahead with the plan. Laws were amended, cases were fought in Supreme Court, and like Moses, ocean was moved to reclaim land for this road. So let's have a look at who is it actually for. The project is apparently of such extreme importance that 3 successive governments of different political parties did not bat an eye. Even in 2015, when this guy stopped the erstwhile Metro 3 and bullet train projects, didn't mind the coastal road being constructed at all. Let's see who actually benefits from it. Unlike in the 1960s, Mumbai now has a polycentric employment cluster. Everyone doesn't go all the way to CST or Churchgate for their jobs. Now we work in Andheri, Borivali, Bhandup, Dadar, Airoli, honestly, everywhere. But guess who actually works where this road connects? Hmm. Now I don't want to jump the causation and conclusion gun. But god damn, is it pretty clear that the wants of the few were prioritized over the needs of the many? Let's see what the BMC Additional Municipal Commissioner had to say about this. Areas that don't have proper connectivity despite potential high land value will not be able to flourish. Well, now it's clear. The road was built for the actual rulers of Mumbai. Here I present my case that the coastal road is not a public utility. Whatever the intentions were, it boils down to a builder funded highway for the richest of Mumbai, and toll free, mind you, that operates to raise the real estate prices of South and West Mumbai. The case that BMC got the builders to pay for it is absolute bullshit, as the builders are the only ones benefiting from it. To add insult to injury, the coastal road, along with its associated ring road projects, has directly impacted the public transportation of the city. It has taken tens of thousands of crores from the much needed transit infrastructure. The promised BRTS system, that is bus rapid transport, is nowhere to be seen, and the BMC can take forever to create the promised green spaces. How is it more difficult to put down soil than casting concrete is well beyond me. So, as we conclude, some other points to take into account. Architects and planners request to plan it sensibly. Road and garden towards sea. No. Allow two-wheelers on the road? No. Allow cycles on the road? No. Make columns thinner at the last moment because of fishermen's protest to allow for suspicious increase in contract price at the last moment? Yes, please. Ugly and extremely attention whoring hoardings that will definitely be sexual in nature to distract you of the few moments of peace at sea? Yes. Who cares if this one hoarding in Ghatkopar just killed 17 people? We put up QR codes on them, didn't we? And that is how our government justified a 12,000 crore rupees road for public benefit paid by literally breaking bank FDs. So instead of utilizing these funds for improving mass rapid transport and suburban services first, we get to have 60,000 crore rupees more of this bullshit. The coastal road takes a small part of a grand transportation plan, perverts it to justify the needs of South Mumbai, attaches some green space to it, and calls it a public project. And all this is also made toll free. So while you pay your metro fare like a good boy, car bros get to drive their 10-ton polluting car for free. What the hell is payback period, financial feasibility, or state budget even? All in all, the coastal road costs 13,000 crore for 10.5 kilometers. That's a cost of 1,234 per kilometer. A metro costs about 300 crore per kilometer and moves about 10 times more people. Being touted as a public project paid for by public funds, built on public lands, it manages to price out about 90% of the same public population. This isn't public by any means. Such infrastructure has been known to systematically drive the wedge between classes and block out the underprivileged from the right to affordable and efficient transport. If Mumbai had a world class, 100% safe, efficient, and effective public transport, I wouldn't bat an eye. Sure, go ahead and build the road. I would have made a video titled I Make Love to the Coastal Road and its strong concrete pillars. But it isn't. When you have the local trains kill average of 9 people per day, a very horrible website keeping track of it, ever increasing road fatalities of pedestrians, building the coastal road before fixing your damn city makes no sense. While the rest of the world is pulling down highways, rejuvenating rivers, and creating public open spaces, making more and more, we are boldly shitting in our own plate, repeating the past mistakes of others, making the exact same errors, and watching as the rest of the world moves on into livable cities. When chawls are being demolished, Malabar Hill gets a tunnel. The funds that should rightfully go to public transit are spent on vanity projects like beautification. G20 hoardings hide the slums and people die falling in manholes. The laughably pathetic incompetence of BMC is not funny anymore. The coastal road, in my opinion, remains a 10,000 crore eyesore that takes away the only natural asset the city had and turns it into a noisy, dusty, inaccessible 6-lane expressway. The coastal road says many things, and it says it loudly. You are dying falling in gutters, and we built a road for the rich. Your water and air are killing you, and we built a road for the rich. You might die on today's train, but we built a road for the rich. So while other countries are busy making their cities livable, healthy, and walkable, the financial capital of this country shits its own pants with its beautiful coastal road. So while you like that Mumbai is Manhattan sunset reel shot from the MTHL, remember that half a crore people endured super dense crush load today.